Pope John Paul II was born in 1920 in Wadowice, Poland. He endured communist rule growing up. I think his mother died when he was only about a year or two old, and he was raised by his father. John Paul was a man of great intelligence, great holiness, determination, great strength. And of course, as we all know, he was made Pope in October of 1978. I was only ordained 3 years at that time. And so he was really my Pope for the vast majority of my priestly life, and was truly, truly a pastor of the church and the pastor of his priests. Just such a great man, as you know. When we look at all the things he did, it's too much to say. He revised the Catechism of the Catholic Church, the one that we have today that was not revised since the Council of Trent in the 1500s. He added 5 more decades to the Rosary. He had great devotion to our Blessed Mother and great devotion to the Rosary. And to make it fuller, he added the luminous mysteries, which I find to be very complementary to the other 15 mysteries. He had a great deal of apostolic love for families, for the sick, for the poor. He traveled around the world more than any other pope because he was the pastor, and he wanted to touch base with all the people in all the countries of the world. He wanted to touch them with the grace of Christ. Pope John Paul II was good friends with Mother Teresa. He had the joy of canonizing her a saint, and little did he know he would be canonized a saint not too far later. Pope John Paul II, truly, his work on morality, his encyclical Veritatis Splendor, the Splendor of Truth, I think is one of his greatest documents, talking about the moral situation of our world today and how it should be. Pope John Paul II, just such a great saint. It's an honor to celebrate Mass in honor of him today. He died on October 2nd, 2005. He suffered a great deal. He had Parkinson's disease. As you know, they had him on a little contraption that they made up to wheel him into the Vatican, into St. Peter's Cathedral. And but he was just a great saint. So today we might offer a special prayer to him, asking his graces on us. He was our pastor, true pastor of the church, and we can still call upon him today to help us. In the gospel today, I'm reminded of this story about the man who had such an abundant harvest, he had to tear down his barns and build bigger ones to store it all. Reminds me of the story of another farmer who had a little boy, and he would sit down with the little boy or kneel with him before he went to bed every night and pray. And every night the farmer would pray for the poor and the hungry and those in need. And one night the little boy said to him, "Daddy, I wish that I owned all the things that you own in your barns." And he said, "Why?" And he said, "Because then I could answer your prayers and feed all the hungry." Thought that was a good story. Out of the mouths of children, we learn much. Let us stand and offer our prayers and petitions.